Well, the project faces a number of challenges. Firstly, that it's a probation service managing a project with 16 and 17-year-olds. As a probation service, we work with 18-year-olds on licence and upwards of age. So this is a brand new, different way of working for us. I think it's been a considerable challenge of learning how to work with young teenagers. I initially thought that there wouldn't be much difference between an 18-year-old on probation and a 16-year-old and a 17-year-old. But it's been quite challenging and quite interesting learning new processes. For instance, a lot of the training providers that we would normally go to and use have different methods of funding for different ages. So what we previously thought would be available to us is no longer. It's been a process of learning what is available for 16 and 17-year-olds, where the provision is, and provision is different. And with the level of learning of a 16-year-old or 17-year-old who won't have completed A-levels and who may not have completed their GCSEs, what they can access in the community. And within Dorset, it's a rural area, so there is limited provision, and where there are less people, there is less provision. So with some of our clients who live in small villages, sort of in North Dorset and in West Dorset, they have to travel quite a long way to access provision, which is one of the main issues. So we've looked at ways to help people get transport. We've searched out local provision in small towns and local providers to try and overcome some of those barriers. A significant challenge has been the motivation of the participants and us as a probation service working with those participants. For older people who are under probation, we have the power to enforce the orders that they're under, their community orders. With the young offenders, those who are under the yacht supervision, as a probation service, we don't have any power to enforce those orders. So instead of enforcing people to come and see us, we need to help them, motivate them to come and see us of their own accord. Or to say come and see us, I go and see them mostly. And that motivation work is quite a significant part of initial interviews and initial appointments to explain to young people what is available to them, that I can help them to access it, and what they can achieve. This is an issue because a lot of the young people that are on the project and that we hope to work with in the future don't have the emotional and financial assistance from families that they would like. A lot of them are living in hostel accommodation, or from broken homes, or have alcohol and drug issues in their families that has been passed down to them on many occasions. So it's that motivational work that is required to help them to understand what they can achieve and to get them to engage with us so that we can help them. A significant issue has been working with local providers such as training providers, colleges, and some of the other provision that's available, is that there is a reluctance to work with people with offending history, particularly very recent offending history, people who are still on orders. So we've taken quite a bit of work, undertaken work with the young people to help them to be able to disclose their offences in a positive manner, and to be able to explain to a provider that whilst they've committed an offence, they have achieved a lot since then, and that it isn't an issue for them to be particularly concerned about. With regards to the risk that the young offenders and the young people on the transition project might provide to a college, we try to overcome that by offering risk information to colleges and to training providers to explain professionally what they need to know, what risk this young person might be to them, and very often it's minimal, and there is a perceived risk by outsiders that don't understand quite the criminal justice system, and we can overcome those issues by explaining what the actual risks are to them and to their staff and to the other people who are with them, and what we can do to help them. A particular issue is that the young people on our transition project haven't had very good experiences of school or of the education system. Those that they're 16 and 17 and most did not complete their formal school education, had bad experiences with teachers, been removed from schools, been put in special units, and at the time that we see them, they don't want to engage in any provision because they've had quite a few knockbacks and limited success. So we need to do work with them to motivate them and to help them to understand that there's a large range of other providers and other ways to learn outside of your formal school education.